guys, welcome back to Max Electronics, and today we have the ATMOS Ninja 2 little recorder. I bought it recently with a set of cameras and it came with it. Actually, it was sold with the camera and it was fine, but when I came to pick it up, the guy goes, "I've got a confession to make. I accidentally dropped one of those Sony batteries onto the screen and it killed the screen." You can just see a little bit of a dent here, right here. There, you can just see it. And when you turn it on, there is nothing on the screen at all, so I'll turn it on for you now. And all you'll see is the big crack. That's it. Nothing. So all the control cables are down here, and obviously that's severed all the connections to the entire screen. So touchscreen's damaged as well. So what I've done, I have contacted, well, I actually opened it up, got the screen out thinking there's a model number on the back. That was blank, which I will show you. So I've contacted the ATMOS and I said, look, I've got this problem, I need a replacement screen, and they've been very helpful, saying that they don't service those models anymore and they can't give me any details because it's a top secret. What screen they use or what model and everything is apparently top secret. So I told them to go and fund themselves, and decided to make my own video. So I bought a screen. It is not exactly the same. I'll explain in a second. So let me show you first how to open this up if you need to replace the screen. So obviously we remove the batteries. We remove the hard drive. Now we've got the unit. So see the side with the HDMI and the audio in out and the hard drive slot. That's the 4 screws here. Don't worry about the other side here. We're just going to do the 4 screws on that panel. So I'll undo those screws. So the screws is now removed. And what we're going to do, again, excuse the lighting, it is really shitty here. So we're going to remove just that top panel. Just that bezel. So now that we removed that bezel, the next step is we're going to remove, see that flap for the hard drive? That whole thing just slides out with a bit of a wiggle, and the whole tray will slide out just like that. So once that's off, the next step is we're going to remove the whole front panel. So think of it as a hard drive. You know how I slid it out? So grab by the board and the top of the screen here and separate it by simply sliding it out just like that. And you'll find here there's actually what looks like a SATA, 2 SATA connectors. One's for the hard drive, the second one is for the top part. So that can go. The next step, there are 2 screws that is holding the main board together to the screen. So we're going to remove those 2 screws. And now, as you carefully lift it off slightly, because it is got a little thermal paste here, as you can see, for the CPU. Now we've got an access to the connector that connects the screen. It is a simple flip-up connector, as you see here. So what we're going to do is just unclip it, and the screen comes off clean. And that's the main board. There's, by the way, a battery for the BIOS backup or clock, I guess. So if it ever resets the clock, you know where to replace it. It's a standard CR 1220, so you can get a CR 1220. So we don't need that anyway. Now there are clips here. So there's 3 clips here and 2 on where the cable side is. We're going to go for the cable side and pushing them outwards that way, both, and then lifting that metal plate. So I've just done that, and that comes off. Now that that's off, the screen, simply just push it out of the bezel. Again, those clips may be on the way. And here we have it. That's the screen. So it is a screen that, again, as you can see, there is nothing on the back, even though you can see the little notches here where the serial number and everything's supposed to be. They made sure that you don't know what it is. After having a look, we got our 60-pin connector. So the first 4 pins is for the backlight. The first pin is not used, second one and third is the backlight, fourth is not used. The next 4 pins is the touch screen. And that's, I'm pretty sure, like up, down, right, left, something like this. And the rest of the pins are the power for the TTL screen. So After looking everywhere for that size screen for 60 pins, I have found a replacement, but it's again not just a direct replacement, almost direct. So I haven't opened it up yet. Let's open it up together. So we've got a protective film on top, and we've got the ribbon cable here. So the differences are, let me just remove that tape. If we're looking at it, the first difference you probably noticed is the cable is a bit longer on the new screen, and it's off center. This one is centered. The second one is, as you noticed, the original screen, the pins are on the back of the cable and nothing on top. On the replacement screen, the pins are on top of the cable and nothing on the back. So they are 60 pins. And as you can see, it's reversed. So on the original screen, pin 1, which starts here, is the screen, and then the last pin 60 is the touch panel and LED. Here it's opposite. Pin 1 is the touch screen, and yeah, it is just backwards. So literally it is backwards. So our job is somehow to well, hopefully on this board, that ZIF connector, I believe it's called, luckily I see that the pins on here, they are C-shaped, so they are like that. So if my fingers were the pins and the cable slides in here, so that means that you got a contact on the top and the bottom. So technically, plugging it in like this backwards should still work. So I really hope it is. And then we can fold the cable. Before we do, I will be testing it. So let me just make sure that the pins are correct. So the panel goes here, yep. So I've just plugged in the new screen. Before I do anything else, because I don't know if it's going to work at all. So I'm just going to carefully put all this in here and turn it on, and we'll see if that will work. So I'm going to carefully plug that in. If that works, I'll give you the screen model, and you can buy it from AliExpress and just fix your ATMOS. And I still can't believe they told me to throw it away and buy a new model. Of course they want to make money, but still, if I don't want to throw it away. Alright, so the battery's in, and here we go, the moment of truth. Let me put the second battery in. And nothing happens. Let me just put the original in to make sure it's on. And it's not on, so let's try turning it on again. Okay, now it's on. Now let's try removing that screen and putting this one in. And no, we don't have a connection at the top. So we'll have to somehow modify the connector. I was really hoping that was going to work, but it's not. Okay, so I'm gonna figure out how to modify the connector, and I will be back. Okay, so what I've done is, from that ZIF connector, I have removed the latch itself, the black thing that goes on there, and I've inserted the cable upright like you see here, and from the back I've taken two pieces of a thick plastic and just pushed it in behind to press the cable, and the cable is sitting there very firmly. So I will put bits of tape, maybe, I don't know, just as a precaution, just on top here. But it works. So if I turn it on now, there we go, locked, unlocked, and as you can see, that works just fine. The touch screen and everything works great. So that's how we replace the screen. So the screen I bought, the model is, let me just turn that off, and I will tell you exactly the model of the screen. So if you search for T for Tom, D for Delta, 043 MTEA2 screen, or TFT. So that's, I bought it for 36 bucks, and that's what it looks like from AliExpress. I don't know if you can see it properly here, but you can copy probably all this. Again, excuse me, usually I'd write it out, but I don't have any conditions to do that. And that's the model that fits it, and that's the screen. So it works just fine if you ever want to replace your ATMOS screen. Let me put this together and I will show you a ready product. Okay, so as you can see, that is, I thought I'm not recording for a second. So that works just fine. It's a live feed from the camera. So let's peel this off. Yep, and it records fine. There it is, it's recording, and there is no problems with the screen. So I'm really happy with the results, the audio working as well. So yeah, that's the screen. If you want to buy it, that's the old one. Here it is, that they don't want you to know what sort of screen it is, but that's for Ninja 2, and there you go. So go on to AliExpress and get yourself one of those screens and fit it the way I did, and no problem at all. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it helped you fix your Ninja ATMOS recorder. I will see you next time. My name is Max. Bye.